Hello, everybody. I guess we're back. We are back. Okay, well, let me just chime in here. Let's see here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream, and yeah, we got a fun one for you tonight. We have some variety, I guess, is my main point. But you know what? I'm going to stop yakking. We're going to get right to it. Okay? Let's do this. Let me hit play, though, first, all right? Let me hit play. There we go. Okay, and yeah. Let's do this.
To go from the heights of clear, beautiful queenship as one who is concerned only with the good of the people and the good of her husband, to a character who is little more than a whore.
The fabled love triangle among Where was he buried?
Brought to you in part by TELUS. Want a new piece? High speed.
2 and 1. Swing that leg around. Extend your entire body all the way out. Your hip is straight. Your pelvis is forward. You may lean your hand right here. And leg comes up and up. These are nice and easy. Keep it going. Nice and easy. We're just working the outside of the leg. Keep it going. Good job. Support yourself with your front hand if you wish. We're concentrating on those abductors. We're abducting away from the body. Okay, work.
The world has ever seen. Here, they adapted and survived in every shape and form. Some big, some small. Some eat grass, some eat leaves. Some wander alone while others gather together in herds.
Very impressive.
It's beautiful.
Planners, relax. Go nuts.
Think he's available for parties?
Okay, supersex. Just talk and text. Just talk and text. Just talk and text. Woo!
Kudo!
If you're like the baby in this book and change your shape every time you look, get ready for a nice surprise. His magical diaper has stretch in your size. Huggy Supreme diapers, our stretchiest ever, designed for great.
The prey must escape or die, but the predator too is at risk. As we will see, with every hunt there is the hazard of injury, and a predator who cannot hunt will surely starve. Nature is indifferent to the fate of individuals. Only the species is important. So we must be careful not to judge the predators by human standards. They pursue their prey not in anger or with hatred, but because nature has equipped them so superbly to do just that, to hunt, to kill, to survive, and each...
The green-winged teal joins the spring ritual. He has spent the winter in the Gulf of Mexico and has now completed a journey of over 3,000 miles.
Dinner. Hurry into M&M Meat Shops, where for just...
In the forest. Red Riding Hood told him she was on her way to her grandmother's house with some fresh cookies and a bouquet of flowers. Where does your grandmother live? Asked the wolf. She lives in a small yellow house with a red roof just over the hill. Well, said the wolf.
Want some coffee, Gus?
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be a tough day. Dad, it's 3 more blocks to my route. Then it's over to the landfill, dump the truck, and a second run to pick up the recyclables. After that, the truck goes in for servicing.
That's a full day.
No, it's a lot more complicated than just loading up the truck and hauling away the trash.
I wish I could see everything on garbage day.
You do? Well, maybe we can work something out. Garbage day begins in the early morning hours, so you're probably still sleeping. Come on.
You do this. Believe me. Ask all these people. Yes. It's magic. Keep working that leg. All right. 4.
Not long ago, most garbage was...
The Alaskan wilderness may be the last refuge. Ravens constantly monitor the bears, hoping they'll turn up something that can be scavenged. But the bears themselves are scavengers.
I'm going old waiting for that report. Linda, honey, I need you to stay late tonight, okay? Thank you. Now, what part of this morning do you not... They'd be crazy not to use our idea.
My idea.
Linda.
There, I heard the sound of a flute being played. It was very eerie. I did not go down to investigate. It would have been quite wrong to go down to investigate. Something was happening. That's about all I could say, really.
While in daylight, no one expects to see ghosts. The mystery remains. Could this area called Cadbury Castle have been the site of Camelot?
I'm reminded of Troy. I mean, in the 18th century, everybody knew that Troy didn't exist. There was nothing there. But Schliemann believed it, and he went...
The people we love...
And frighten or harm her. So she started cheerfully for home to join her mother, where she lived happily ever after.
Knee is out and and point that toe and press stop.
Where the fun, Pied Piper.
In a second, I'll let you anticipate the countdown. I can get a few more out of you that way. 8.
They were. But then the old man took himself a new wife, and suddenly the little girl found herself with a cruel stepmother who...
Punish Poland. Live your life with fast-acting reactant. Reactant, working for the people. Satisfaction's guaranteed or your money back.
His formative years. When Merlin was very young, his gift of prophecy saved his life from the hands of Vortigern, an earlier king.
Easiest award show I've ever seen in my entire life. Pretty special, isn't it? Tops every other award show on the planet. There's like 1 million people down here.
Merlin.
There's gonna be a lot of robberies tonight.
Hey, Ryan's not supporting anything. Dude, you got a movie, it's fast-paced, it's action, talk about it.
Yeah, Foolproof. October 3rd, it comes out nationwide. It's sort of like a action, thriller, comedy. All day long. Sometimes they break down. The trouble is, you can't fix a big truck like this at a regular gas station. This building was specially designed for fixing garbage trucks.
Hairs, which help hold in the sun's heat and energy. And some flowers are...
The wild dog's teeth are shorter, designed more for holding rather than stabbing. Teeth are not only for killing. When feeding, the carnassial teeth at the back of the jaw are used. See how she turns her head to one side, so that they can cut through the tough skin like scissors. The leopard cub uses his incisors
Your
to
car or
pluck the
truck
hair
will come
from the
sparkling clean, even without soap. The dirt and grime gets washed away, even from hard-to-reach places. Order Water Sweep right now for just $19.99 and get this bonus $9.99 value chamois free. It's super absorbent, and it will make your car sparkle. Take advantage of this limited time offer. Order right now and get this.
Best advice is don't wait until it's too late. Don't use too much toilet paper. The toilet will overflow. Wash your hands. I did wash my hands. Watch out for overalls to their hard to unbuckle.
The best advice for parents is always be consistent. Instead of switching back and forth to diapers, stick with pull-ups training pants all the time.
I taught him how to potty train. It's true, I did.
That makes growing up a little less confusing.
He can do it. Anyone can.
Always making the same things. Just add Sobeys.
Want to cut down on salt? Grill meat with lime juice and chili.
It's the way we welcome the sun with 35 sunblock. The way some of the best water now mostly comes in bottles. It's the way we make time for exercise and like to enjoy reading. Today, more and more people are finding reasons to take better care of themselves. That's why Subway offers 7 subs, each under 6 grams of fat. You might want to go for a swim. Subway, it's the way a sandwich.
for legend has it that the Holy Grail was conveyed to Glastonbury from the Holy Land at that time. And in time, this legend would play a powerful part in the actual history of England.
Joseph of Arimathea, an honorable counselor, went boldly unto Pilate and craved the body of Jesus. And when he knew it of the centurion, he gave the body to Joseph. The Gospel according to Mark 15:46.
There's more to some tree trimmings, those kinds of things. Tons of yard waste is thrown away every day.
Chest and leg muscles combined with long legs and a flexible spine drive her forward at a reputed 110 kilometers an hour. Every move by the gazelle is countered by the cheetah. Her long flat tail enables her to maintain balance at speed. The whole design of the cheetah, molded to perfection by evolution, is for this moment. Now watch that front paw. That is the one that will sweep the gazelle's legs from under it.
A machine like this is used to grind yard waste up and turn it into useful products like
Oxygen-starved gazelle dies quickly in the jaws of the cheetah.
Cheetah's claws are partly retractable. This means that in the retracted position, they still project enough to give them traction.
Fearless Lope, the Arctic fox, prowls the tundra, searching for the eggs of birds, which will be his primary food source for the...
Only of gold. Restless nights as he tossed about on his royal bed, he dreamed of more gold.
Body beautiful. Beautiful legs, beautiful inner thighs, and a beautiful attitude towards life. All of these are yours. All you have to do is reach out. Reach out and grab it. And around.
E.D. Fox, that presents something of a problem.
The color of the flowers reminded Midas of the golden coins and the treasures hidden deep in his castle dungeon.
Now, here we go. Up and down. 8, 7, keep that foot flat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg is down. Knee. Push. 3, 2, and 1. Take your leg out to the front, press to the side, and 8. Ooh, ooh.
As the dark clouds
with its bolder, striped markings. At one time it was thought that the handsome king cheetah was a separate species, but today it is recognized as a variation. This lioness is watching a migrating herd of wildebeest from her vantage point.
She still incubates some eggs, but one of the chicks has hatched. The male also has one of the new chicks, taking him for a ride, as is the custom for these diving birds. All the various species of grebes do this, holding up their wings, making a safe, warm place for their youngsters to hide. But when the female leaves the nest, she can't take this little youngster along, because she'll be diving and foraging the bottom of the pond, searching for...
The golden touch made King Midas very happy. But as he sat down to eat breakfast, Marigold came in from the garden with...
...is found there.
Complete the kill.
Does live these mountains in which to...
My dear, said the king, they are real gold. Imagine real...
He remains motionless as it...
One of them, just 4 months old, pulls it down.
Parents will be home soon. I better split. Where are my keys?
Listen, if anything happens...
Oh, will you stop it? Oh, here they are. I'll see you tomorrow.
Jesse may think he's on top of the world, but Joey knows his friend shouldn't be drinking, and he should level with him about it. Sometimes it takes courage to be a real friend, to tell a buddy things he doesn't want to hear about himself, and then back it with action. When a friend of yours goes too far and won't help himself, that's when it's up to you to help. Do something.
Hey, forget it, Jesse.
Hey, man, what's with the keys?
You're taking a cab. I'll keep your keys. You can pick them up tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, go home, get some sleep, and I'll see you when you're fine, without the wine.
And that's one to grow on.
Don't drink it.
I'm using Pam, the only leading all-natural cooking spray to cook a low-fat feast. Pam lets the natural...
From this position, the sheep can survey 1,000,000 acres of wilderness in a single glance. The red foxes continue to hunt for food for their growing kits, searching for voles and ground squirrels, hunting in many habitats, river lowlands, across...
Water. A glass of cool water, cried Midas. The golden touch or across...
King Arthur maintains his nobility in spite of the fact that he's cuckolded. He doesn't receive the kind of derision that we find in many other medieval works.
My name is Garash. Where's my coat? Well, that's the coincidence. The bomb
was in the trunk of your car. But the basic deal on the muffler was still a great deal, theoretically. And I think we should probably lead the biker bottle thing on tomorrow night's show.
Times may take as many as half a dozen back to the den at one time.
The wildebeest survives the first attack and the stranger turns on its torment.
She too hunts in order to feed the kids. They're curious and full of play.
Tomorrow, the whole thing will happen all over again.
Never set.
What a wonderful time when you're one of a kind, so sublime, or is it any wonder? What a wonderful time when you're one of a kind, rhyme, or is it any wonder? Yeah, yeah, back in the day, baby, put your old school.
Oh, look at that! Oh! All right!
She's also constantly aware of all that's going on nearby.
But there is another great predator.
For now, they frolic through the one season of their youth.
And business is
Matched. Its strength and speed are phenomenal.
is important.
Unaware that they'll have to.
And can live well into its second century.
My name is Ron.
The first year of life is critical for all animal young, and for the foxes, only about 50% will survive. But motivated by instinct, the adults struggle.
Down, arms up. And back. Legs together, press, out, heels off the ground. Holding. And down, other leg. Take your hand and grab that. Ah. And press out. Good. All right.
Dollars would have
Wildebeest ties
this day,
and the crocodile
financial intelligence.
Low in the cold.
Learn to read these things. But
I founded a company called
The Crossing. Ever an opportunist, it isn't long before a crocodile removes it.
Could Merlin, trickster and prophet, have possessed the magic to erect this mystical monument, as he claimed?
Bears.
Keep it going. Head, press your knees together. Be tight, elbow to one knee and back.
Production of mid.
These 4 wild dogs finished the
Expense, also called a profit and loss statement. There is also a balance sheet, and the balance sheet has assets and liabilities. And these are the very basics for financial literacy or financial intelligence. I soon realized the main cause of financial struggle was due to confusion between the definitions of an asset and a liability.
Yet some men say in many parts of England that King Arthur is not dead.
Recently, Merrill visited the Sky Dome to present the CFL with the PlaySafe Award.
Thanks for the plaque, Merrill. The CFL is proud of the War Amps PlaySafe program. Hey, Merrill, any advice for the kids watching at home today?
Don't let it happen to you.
All right. How are we liking the show so far? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you again for tuning in, catching the airwaves, the net waves, I call it. Anyways.
Now, in midsummer, this year's new generation of animal young are half-grown and have a secure foothold on their own future. Food and warmth are readily available, and the pace of life slows.
Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, we're back. Hello, we're back. Couldn't talk there for a second. You're probably wondering what this feed is. This is a video playing off of the Roku. And I think it's just actually just some like... Let's see what it is. It's like some VHS glitch stuff, I guess. I'll put on something a little bit better, but yeah. That's what that is. And this is a feedback loop we got going on here. Hopefully it's not causing seizures out there. I can zoom out a bit here. Yeah, you get some cool stuff for sure. You can see the reflection of the TVs in the background. But anyway, yeah, we got our close-up. So, yeah, I'm not going to yap much longer. We got to rewind some tapes. And we're already hitting the credits on the Buns of Steel, so we'll just rewind that. And continue the show.
motionless, unnoticed, allowing the lions to pass. This duiker heads for dense bush.
But in the north, another species is struggling to regain its place in the land.
Some things are too good to resist, like the great taste of white spot.
Everywhere the little girl would go, she always wore a beautiful red cape and hood. Soon she became known by everyone as Little Red Riding Hood. One morning, her mother asked her to carry a basket of cookies to her grandmother. Her mother told her not to leave the path or stop to anyone on the way. Grandmother lived in a little yellow house at the other edge of the wood, and Red Riding Hood would have to hurry to return home. After waving goodbye to her mother, she set out at once, carrying her little yellow basket over her arm.
Can't penetrate the defense of healthy adults. The musk oxen are aware of this.
By thrashing the bushes, the buffalo is demonstrating his power. In effect, he is saying, "See what I can do. Do you still want to tangle with me?" At this point, both parties...
The only way that nature has provided them. They will not hunt again until they grow hungry once more. Far to the south, Alaskans from the ocean in a steady stream. They struggle inland, swimming against the current day and night, sometimes traveling for well over 100 miles until they reach the stream where they were spawned, penetrating...
Learned ways that I could get out of that rat race. And it was great experience for me, a learning experience for me.
My name's Jeff Bassett. I'm an investment broker, and I'm 25 years old. I have a degree in economics and was trained on Wall Street. Now, my average client is between 40 and 50, and they've done nothing for their financial future. Now, me, I have no plans of working past 30. At 30, I'm going to be in the...
Bald eagles are drawn to these spawning streams and
Your expenses are up, your liabilities up.
As the season moves on.
Canada's largest paint sale.
The 2-week May paint sale.
At your neighborhood Home Hardware.
Home of Canada's paint expert.
His arrest and crucifixion. This final meal provided inspiration for one of the most enduring mysteries of this or any other time. The legend of the Holy Grail, the cup of the Last Supper.
Then he took a cup, and after giving thanks, he gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the new covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." Matthew 26:27.
So at most hard work...
Body weight each day in order to replace the energy he needs to survive. Also along the southeastern Alaskan coastline, another...
Able, as in the case of this calf, to stand within 6 minutes, walk in 10, and run with the herd in half an hour. A Thompson's gazelle eats the afterbirth off its fawn to reduce the chances of it being scented. For the next few hours, it will rely on camouflage to protect it.
In bed. Grandmother looked so different, and her voice sounded so deep and gruff. Perhaps Granny'd been ill with no
hidden fawns will raise its head, looking for its mother to suckle.
Less vigorous fender of her young. After denning in a snow cave through the winter to give birth, she'll remain with her cubs for 2 years. The spring and summer months of the north allow for some playtime, on land or in the water.
And back to the other side.
Housing. This capacity for play demonstrates the animal's keen intelligence. The polar bear is a magnificent creature. An adult male can weigh as much as 1,500 pounds. Constantly on the alert for the smell of food, they search the ice.
The impala is too sick to keep with the herd. During the night, it is efficiently removed.
Once close to extinction, this stunning
There is no
animal
hope for a young
is now
gazelle with a broken leg.
protected.
A cheetah puts an end to its suffering. Any animal that
$300,000 in my asset column. Or another example I do is called an IPO, initial public offering. I put $10,000 seed money.
The habitat for a small nervous creature which lives here. This is the pika.
Keep going. Now bring your arms up. This is not too complicated, is it? All right. It's fun to warm up. Looking forward to the leg workout coming up next. Keep it going. Okay, keep your arms out all the way to the side. Legs up a little. Now his arms are straight, aren't they? They bring them in and up, down, out.
Oh, come with me, come and see all.
The herd by isolating an impala and making it more vulnerable. The dog goes for the throat, but without the long canines of the cats, it is not effective. So it goes for the disemboweling action.
After a short rest, it's back to work, cutting and harvesting more hay, working steadily throughout the summer months because the pika has an inborn knowledge that his own efforts are his only hope of survival during a long winter.
knows that enormous energy can be spent with no guarantee of a meal in return.
The Alaskan grizzly has a special fondness for ground squirrels. After a summer of eating grass, bears have an intense craving for protein, and the plentiful little ground squirrel is easily taken by the bear if
she must catch her prey within 300 meters. The gazelle, too, is only capable of short bursts of speed, and in this case, it burns out first. It is already starved of oxygen and dies quickly. But the kill is right out in the open and the vultures appear even before the cheetah has recovered from the chase.
In their efforts to dig out. Two are relished by grizzlies.
their arrival often draws attention to a kill. As soon as her exhausted body will allow, the chief
or abuse. Today, that character is being tested once again in a conflict better known as the Forest Wars.
Borrow a needle and thread.
The right one!
When she chases you, throw down your towel. When she catches up again, and she will, then throw down your comb. Quick, quick.
Push. Hold your legs apart. And keep those legs bent. Work the side. That pelvis straight in front of you. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up.
Tear her to pieces. Here, tree. Where?
We're going to take a...
Why didn't you capture her?
Because she gave me this lovely ribbon, while you've never even trimmed me.
Government might put you out of business because they don't like your industry anymore.
For space and prey, so they don't hesitate to kill each other when the opportunity arises. Lions have the strength and savagery to overcome.
Stepping a little to the side. This is called freestyle shoulder rolls. Freestyle. Double time.
They make sure the forest is renewed.
To a #1 smash called Jesse's Girl. With one of his biggest hits, here is Rick Springfield.
The vacant seat, therefore, is a seat that no one can occupy except Galahad, and anyone who tries is immediately either swallowed up by earth or consumed by flames.
For many years,
A brain that gave us the power to devise weapons. At first, these were primitive and not very effective. The animals we killed for food had little effect on the prey population for close on the 2 million years we have lived here. But as our intellect grew,
Only of gold.
4. And 1. Come on, down to the floor, up on your knees. Take a deep breath.
A bouquet of the most
And
perfect of
down.
them to put upon the
One
palace
more
table.
time, up. And down. Arms are out, palms are up, and bring them in.
The choicest flower of the lot was always shared with her father. But greedy King Midas only sighed and thought, if only these flowers.
muscles in the arms and shoulders, toning them up, shaping them up. In. 3. And 1. Hold them out and up and down to the floor. Push-up position. Off the ground. Make sure your back is straight. We're going to do 8. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Rabu. This is the face of death.
This is my life. I'm in this because I want to be in it, and because that my primary interest is in native plants, animals, native ecosystems.
And into the realm of the chosen one.
The Sears Orthopedic sale is on now, so hurry in because there's no money down till May 2006. So come into a Sears home or department store.
You can tell which house has the Vicks NyQuil.
Grail. It was because of his tragic love for another man's wife, Arthur Lear.
It was said that he loved the world, and particularly King Arthur's queen, more than he loved the quest. And a voice comes, a heavenly voice, which there are so many in the stories, very conveniently tells him he's not worthy.
Distance. Provided the prey can see the predators are beyond it, they feel no threat. Naturally, this varies from species to species.
The holiest of objects.
The grizzly and her cubs will remain here and feed on this caribou until it's completely consumed.
Sometimes.
Why then, instead of regarding the Holy Grail as an
effective method of management,
did the church turn its back on stories about the sacred chalice?
It is not in the interest of a predator to risk a crippling injury. It is a confrontation between the strength of the buffalo and the numbers and cooperation of the pride. The lions must weigh up the risk of injury against food they might gain. The buffalo circles to protect his vulnerable rear. However, there are other subtleties at play. By thrashing the bushes, the buffalo is demonstrating his power. In effect, he is saying, "See what I can do. Do you still want to tangle with me?" At this point, both parties lie down. A stalemate. Finally, the bull makes it to the marsh. The lions follow, but here the terrain becomes a factor, as the lions are reluctant to attack in swampy ground. The buffalo has used strength and intelligence to escape. Buffalo in a herd have a big advantage and completely rout the lions. This young male was lucky to make it to a tree, just under.
Come on, Jerry, let's dump this load out in timber. Lord, this timber's gotta roll out in timber.
Test each other for resolve as well as strength. And now begin strength. These fights may end in only a few minutes, or they may last longer than an hour, when bulls of equal size must determine who will dominate during the season for breeding. The fights rarely end in serious injury, but one bull is now firmly established as superior. All across the Northland, preparation for winter continues. The red squirrel harvests mushrooms, which
Here, he hid the Holy Grail.
Cream, all the favorites you remember, always fresh, and just $3.50 for a six-pack.
Gotta get these.
tried these new chips? Bet you can't eat just one. If I lose, I get an hour of your time.
New Lay's chips now taste lighter, crispier, and fresher.
Guys, say hello to Mark. Chip? Who are we? The Pylons!
This tree was killed by a wild...
Rely less on intelligence and more on passive defense.
In the spring, the beavers lived a life of relative
That's
ease,
national
doing little but
animal
preparing
right
their
there.
dams. Now they've begun gathering their winter food supply. This beaver, however, takes time out to dig for a snack as he pauses from the routine of food gathering. As is often the case in nature, the activity of one animal may benefit others. The beaver's dams have created a pond which may sustain a population of fish, provide feeding for migrating ducks, and water for moose. Although the beaver's only motivation for doing this is simply for his own survival.
Another is to synchronize the births within the herd, so that they swamp the predators by sheer weight of numbers. They also produce young that are able, as in the case of this calf, to stand within 6 minutes, walk in 10, and run with the herd in half an hour. A Thompson's gazelle eats the afterbirth off its fawn to reduce the chances of it being scented. For the next few hours, it will rely on camouflage to protect it.
In the spring and summer,
Ain't you never seen a truck driving woman? 90 pounds of fire in a 5-foot frame. And you better move on over. I'm right behind you in the left-hand lane.
I dreamed of driving log trucks as a little bitty girl. My father was a logger. My uncle was killed in the woods.
be certain they have enough, for they'll be imprisoned underneath the ice until spring, and through their diligent labor, they'll survive until spring thaw release.
Once, sprinkle it over Marigold's head.
Now these are easy. We're not swinging that leg out too hard.
Touch were gone.
This is
and he began
real.
to hate the...
The truckers deliver logs to the sawmill.
Degrees inside your mouth. Yeah. But inside a winter fresh mouth, tastes much, much cooler. Yeah. Winter fresh gum from Wrigley's. Icy cool flavor, icy cool breath. That's gonna last and last and last. Try winter fresh gum from Wrigley's for icy cool breath that lasts.
3. I think so. Bring your knees in real tight. These are called the little baby ones. Bring your knee into the chest. These are nice and easy. You don't go very hard on these. You just bring it into the chest. Now make sure you're kind of crunched up here. Pull it in.
Of wood products. And you simply cannot set aside
A successful predator must
against the approaching winter.
Other countries. For example, we will just draw more wood from Canada. In turn, the Canadians are going to be able to ship less to Asian countries such as Japan and Korea and Taiwan. Those countries, in turn, are going to get their wood from Siberia, in Russia, where there are very difficult environmental conditions for logging.
Some people ask, where are we going to get the wood to satisfy the demand for wood products? I say, you know, one is it's bogus. If demand is killing you, cutting your own throat, do you satisfy it? Do you give your children all the heroin they want? Hell no.
That is tremendous hypocrisy. The wood products are going to be supplied by someone. They can either be done so in a professional manner or an unprofessional manner. And we are rapidly heading to where we're going to put the demand of wood products to this nation into the hands of third world countries that don't have the standards and the...
Tums has calcium.
Only Tums contains Efical brand calcium. Tums help.
They took with them something of great importance to the Cathars. There may have been documents, there may have been an actual object, but tradition says that it was something to do with the Grail.
The Montségur legends say nothing more about the whereabouts of the Grail.
At Toys R Us, you'll find thousands of our low prices every day on every toy. We check the competition constantly to make sure Toys R Us has more toys for less than anyone else. And that's why the world's biggest toy store with the world's biggest selection makes everyone else look just that much smaller.
It's the world's biggest toy store. Let's go!
All right, everybody. That concludes our session for today. I hope you had a wonderful time, honestly. We are hold on. We are experimenting. We're always experimenting. And this is the monster. We call it the monster. And the monster always has to grow. That's right. I was going to introduce a cassette player, but I couldn't find the right cable. You believe that? Yeah. Thanks for watching. We're going to catch you on the next one. And, keep fit and have fun. We are out until next time.